What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the All Star Sports Show, episode number 18. I mean, good lord, some interesting stuff. Both
Things that
either,
broke today too. It's like, oh,
yeah, it's well, case in point. Before we go, case in point. So,
let's get the elephant out the room first, bro.
really,
Yeah.
here's the thing: I get it. Everyone hates the Chiefs, but the way that how everything has transpired, like, grow the hell, like, literally.
No, it's not that. It is not that, man. It has nothing to do with hating the Chiefs or anything like that. You can't go anywhere without a place getting shot the fuck up.
Oh yeah,
You
nowadays it's
can't.
like. And the fact that this had to occur.
And I don't know what the cause was. The cause it was or whatever. Like all I know is like I think it was like 18 people injured, one died or something.
Well, let
Like
me.
like 15 or 8. One. It was in the double digits.
We
With the
got yeah.
with
You
the
have one dead and 15 people were injured.
When's enough gonna be enough?
Honestly, I don't know,
Like
man.
it's ugh. Like come on, people. Like like
So right now
right now, it's
it's bullshit.
like. But I really feel for Casey today. They were just trying to have fun. Their team had won the Super Bowl, and they were just trying to have fun, man. And to have that happen,
Is ridiculous.
it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's
And you just and as we said, it's enough's enough at this point.
enough's enough. People are
So
trying to
right
try
now we
out.
don't know what the cause is. So the police down in KC are
It
are
could
still
just be
looking
some
into it. So
psychopath that went and killed people or
well, you
tried
got
to.
well, crazy enough, there was two people who opened fired.
Well, two people, two
So
psychopaths then. But yeah, man, it's like it's to the point where it's just like enough's enough.
like you can't even go out of your own home without getting shot.
No,
It's like we're in this. But
but it had
moving
to be
on,
talked about. It had to be talked about, though. It had to.
and trust me, and we're not going to be the only ones talking about this. Also, going to quick shout out to Jake Silva, who's also unfortunately going to well,
He'll dive in deeper than we are because we
but
got a lot of
just
topics and stuff. But like,
uh,
I bet you amount of money he's gonna be ranting and raving the entire time.
that too, and it's yeah. But moving on, so with the Super Bowl parade and stuff like that, kind of move on to a bit of a lighter note. With the San Francisco 49ers kind of falling short, can we automatically say this team's been cursed? Like for some whatever reason,
No,
like
no, I don't believe in the curses. I don't believe in the hexes. I don't believe in any of that shit. The reason why
because
the reason why I say no is because I don't believe in curses. Not even the curse with the whole Franklin statue bullshit in Philly.
yeah,
Don't believe that. It's just our team's plain as day just don't know how to win consistently. Um, I feel like the problem there, Shanahan.
and it's kind of crazy because I talked to
Because
Jake about this.
he's a beast in the regular season, a beast in the playoffs. Gets to the Super Bowl, he chokes it.
Completely,
Chokes it.
literally three. Think about it:
The,
three Super Bowls, blown 10+ leads in the Super Bowl.
one with the
You can't
Falcons, he was the OC there. One with the Niners against the Chiefs the
both with the
first time.
Niners.
Hold on, wait, let me finish, man. No, so you had one with the Falcons against the Patriots, 28-3. They had a
I know
lead
a lot of
there.
Falcons fans can't are never gonna like that.
Somehow blew that in the last 2 minutes of that game. Then you had the first meeting in 2020 with the Chiefs when he was the first head coach. of
I think that might have been his first season. I
his
think it was.
first season of his tenure in San Fran. Oh, I forgot the score. What was it, 24-10 or something?
I think so.
If I remember
And Chiefs
correctly.
come out and winning that one 31-20.
They came back and won that one. Or no, it was
I
20 to
was
10.
like,
No, it was 20-10. You're right. 20-10.
yeah, 20 to
Somehow in
10.
the last half of the game, they blew that one. They lose 34-20. And then they had a lead here. It was 19-16. You good?
Sorry, actually, I fucked up my camera.
Bro. But
But because
yeah,
it's like because
hold on.
I've
Let me
watched
hold.
that.
Whoa. I wasn't finished yet, man. My but they had a lead 19-16. 19-16. All you had to do in the fourth quarter was stop them. Somehow blew that one. It was 19-19 going into overtime. They blew that one. And you know what? You know what's pretty freaking funny about it though? 2 or 3 losses in the Super Bowl that he choked. 2 of them were in overtime.
Yeah, I've noticed
2.
because I felt like I feel like we've seen the song and dance once before. Oh yeah,
Patriots, Falcons when he was the OC in Atlanta.
And Tyler, do you know what's also crazy too? Do you remember how much shit Dan Quinn got because of that? Like, no one really said anything about Shannon. Or I think Dan Quinn got a lot of heat from
It should
that.
have been Shanahan. Dan Quinn got the shit on the stick. It was Shanahan.
And well, I know there's going to be a lot of. I know really because look, I would give a quick shout out to a couple guys that I know, especially John Jay, who's a diehard Niners fan, and a lot of Niners fans. I think we even have to have a conversation with Shanahan because look, I think he's still one of the brilliant mind, but when it comes to the Super Bowl, I can't trust him for whatever reason. Like it just seems like that's his only bugaboo is the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Is
that's
any
it.
other rounds, he has no issues.
Like regular season, he coaches his team to a prolific offense, a great defense. You think nothing could go wrong. Playoffs
Does the same thing in like let's say the divisional round in the NFC title game.
Hold on, let me finish, man. But the same way in the playoffs. And then we go to the Super Bowl. And he completely shits the bed in the second half.
Because Tyler, I've never seen in my many years as a football fan, I've never seen a coach completely shit the bed in the second half of the Super Bowl. I've never.
It's not that you've never seen it before. Not only that, you haven't seen it 3 straight times with the same guy.
Yeah, that's the most crazy part too, and the fact that and as going back to our point, because remember he was up by 10 plus points in those 3 Super Bowls.
3
and completely choked.
Was he up 10 points in the Super Bowl? Oh yeah, wait, was he?
He was
because it was fairly close for a while. Because it was like 10 to it was 13-10 at half. I don't think it was always close. He wasn't up double digits this time.
Out of the way, he still choked.
He was up double digits in 2 Super Bowls that he choked.
But
he could have won. But here's the thing, though. Even though this one was a lot closer, by the second half, my God, you blew 3 straight Super Bowls for 2 teams.
And I want to give a quick shout out to another buddy of ours, Doug. Boy, his style of sense of humor, it may not come as funny, but when I swear to God, he like the most monotone toward the San Francisco was like, oh, like 94 becomes it's before 95. So y'all got the longer. I was like, oh, he went there.
Technically, no. Because they lost in 95, early 95. It was the 94 season, yes, but it was 95.
Yeah, but still, I mean, it's.
But then again, still, they do have the longer drought than the Cowboys do because the Cowboys went in early 96, technically.
Yeah. I know it's really weird when you really do think about it, though.
But I do see a lot of hypocritical shit from every team because they always dog the Cowboys for not winning since the 90s.
Yeah.
Barely anybody's been doing that for the Niners. They should start.
Yeah, like no one really says because it's always because let's bro, most of the NFL fan bases besides always hate the Cowboys, no matter who's your well besides
Everybody,
us.
everybody except for Dallas hates Dallas.
Yeah, that's kind of it's.
Like that's because they're
Well,
always
do you think? I think
because
there's
they're
a
always
conversation.
like, oh, 5 Super Bowls, and then like, oh, next year's our year, and it never is your year, and it's
It's
like,
like, well, it's the same cycle. It's going to be the same cycle until whenever for God
but
knows
here's
how
the
long.
thing. But here's the thing. Them yelling this year is our year and shit to people, and like their delusions are what hurt them. So it's like I just wait until the playoffs, and
'Cause that's where it really does matter.
yeah, that must hurt, huh? You thought that was your year, huh? That must hurt.
Like
That must
literally,
hurt.
like against a young Packers team who almost dropped 50 points. Oh, which is supposed to be a top 2 defense. Never seen that going to be freaking happen. And obviously speaking with the Niners too, which I do think the Niners deserve some. And look, I think
They had great defense all game. It's just like in the second half, they just got incredibly gassed. Mahomes took advantage.
Yeah,
And and they did the same freaking play they did to us to make us lose last year.
Yeah. It's all
Same
about
freaking play. I'm like,
so.
damn it.
Well, luckily it's not Kadarius Tony catching that too, so
Yeah.
we'll say
And
that much.
and somebody took notice like after the fact, after the game, that during that final play they scored a touchdown on, there was illegal men downfield.
Yeah,
At
I've
the
seen that
line.
been going around. It's like
Which I was like, they missed that. You can't really take it back, but we can move on from that though. Like, can't really take it back. Like the holding call
I
that
mean, there should have been a lot of
Eagles.
holding calls. Should have been called. Don't.
No, I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about last year with the Eagles.
Oh yeah.
That one holding call. Yeah, we could be mad about it, but it didn't
But
happen. We lost
if
the
we look at
game.
it, it's a
So be
hold.
it. Like, so be it, right? And plus, I don't really hate the Chiefs that much, like other people are. Oh, I hate
It's
the
like
Chiefs. Oh, I don't really hate them.
because for me, I could care less.
I don't really hate them. Like,
I mean,
they're
shoot, if
not.
Andy Reid and
It's
Patrick
not
Mahomes,
like they're cheating to win. Like they're winning clean. Like, I mean,
yeah, but those actually got a nice actually for them to shut the 49ers fans up for a change. So I'll give you a big
and I'm glad you Chiefs, y'all shut them cocky motherfuckers up.
because and another thing is too, like with the Chiefs as well. Does anybody remember how bad they were before their 3 Super Bowls? Like they were
They
in
had Chad
constant
Henne
pain.
at quarterback. Chad Henne. That's how bad they were.
And it took Patrick Mahomes. Let's be real. I think it took more than Patrick
Honestly, I think it
Mahomes.
took Alex Smith because
Yeah, Alex Smith to get over there. Then, it was first started with Andy Reid.
It started with Andy Reid, then the Andy thing that was the first step. Then Alex Smith being there to mentor Patrick Mahomes into greatness, and by God, he did it. But it took Alex Smith to mentor him, and then once he got the starting role, and I think it was like what 2014, 15,
somewhere around there.
Like
I put up pretty good seasons too.
He was fucking yeah.
Well,
honestly,
other than the fact that
I'm gonna say it right now, Patrick Mahomes is freaking amazing at quarterback.
Even though let's be real, I know a lot of
people don't like his wife and his brother.
Well, I think his wife's kind of. It's kind of funny because I think his
wife is just cocky, so I kind of like, well, whatever.
I mean, she earns the and
she's basically
I know that
be like a Chiefs fan. Whatever. I
mean, all fans are cocky.
The brother, that guy's just a piece of shit.
Oh yeah, the dude's a complete fucking scumbag.
The guy's a scumbag. But the wife, whatever. And I also like what she did with Post Malone.
Oh yeah, that's kind of fun.
Nah, take that shit off. Talking about the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Shit off right now.
Also, I'm sorry, but I want to another kind of part out of the Super Bowl. Sandy Cheeks did not have to roast Mr. Krabs as bad as she did.
No, she bodied him. Oh no, and then freaking SpongeBob and Patrick didn't have to freaking roast
firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
That's
Fucking,
like, well,
fucking roasting people and shit.
but going back to the Niners, though.
Oh no! Before we get to the Niners, we got fucking sweet victory, bro.
Oh, yeah.
We fucking got that, bro. But yeah, no, we're
To
back
be
to
honest, though, I really do feel bad for Brock Purdy. Just
yeah.
look, just seeing the defeat on his face, like, yeah, we've seen that before. Like,
but dude, but he should realize I wish somebody would tell him, dude, you got a long career still. You can make it back.
I mean, the dude really overcome Giannis as quote unquote Mr. Relevant, because we've seen no Mr. Relevant even really pan out.
Dude, you're the same guy who made it to the NFC Championship game the season before that, your rookie season to the NFC Championship game, your second year Super Bowl. He's capable of doing it again.
But it's just, how much longer can Kyle Shanahan?
If Kyle Shanahan, if they make it to the Super Bowl again and they play a team, could be the Chiefs, could be somebody else. We don't know. The season hasn't started yet. But because we're 7 months away.
Which is crazy.
But like, if they go to the Super Bowl again next year and they blow it, they're going to be calling for Shanahan. The fans are going to be calling for Shanahan.
I would not be surprised.
They would be calling for that guy's head. Because, like, dude, you can coach us to the Super Bowl, but you can't coach us to win it?
Yeah, and the fact when you look at it, and you don't hear no Niners fans talk about their. I mean, I've seen Niners fans.
We have no room to talk, though, too, because we blew a lead against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But they were worse.
No, yeah, that.
But they were worse. There were 2 straight blown leads under Shanahan. And then Atlanta had Shanahan. They blew a lead. So it's on Shanahan, for sure.
Yeah. And the fact, and it's kind of crazy, too, when you speak of Shanahan, even though his dad actually had more success with this franchise.
Bro.
Does anybody?
His dad had fucking success.
Yeah, 2 back-to-back. Was it 2 back-to-back? Or was it 2 or 3 back-to-back Super Bowl? No, I don't think he 3-peated.
No,
or did he? No, that's somebody else.
He had 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, Shanahan, his dad coached the Broncos.
His dad was. I remember finally that his dad was not a bad coach by any means.
No, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion.
I think he also had Steve Young as the starting quarterback with.
No, Rob.
No, I'm talking when he was with the Niners.
Rob, he did not coach the Niners. He coached the Broncos.
God, who did he have at the Broncos? No, because I think Shannon Sharp would have.
Elway, bro. He had Elway.
For some reason, I was thinking Shannon Sharp was another one that.
97. Well, he was part of that team too, but 97, 98, he won the championship.
And it's sticking with the Niners though, and it's going to be interesting because right now, when I checked their cap space, they got some restructuring. John Lynch just got
my God.
They got restructuring to do.
They got some shit to do.
Because last time I checked, they are over 570,000 in cap space, and knowing that you got Ayuk's going to be I think it might be a free agent, but I could be wrong.
Now, knowing what I know now,
their window's closing quickly.
Because I don't know if he can. If they're going to be handicapped that much, they're going to sell the team or have that roster. And
not just that too. And I've also realized too, it's like you got one more year of it. Oh, God bless you. With Purdy's rookie deal before you're going to have to pay him the big bucks. And that's true. Crazy Juice. It does come down to
I think John Lynch won't play.
Well, John Lynch is the GM.
Well, I thought John Lynch was the owner too.
I don't think so. That's But I would not be surprised if, because here's the thing: do you really because I've always wondered myself, like, is it really time to put Shanahan on the hot seat? Because all the Super Bowl, not because look, he's already had success in the regular season and also, in postseason games before the Super Bowl.
He blew it twice in the Super Bowl, once in 2020 and once this year. it's to the point where it's like, all right, it's something's got to give. Something's got to
Oh,
give.
for
You blew
sure.
2 straight Super Bowls. You made it as far as the NFC Championship game before, like with that, in 2023 or 2022. So he can win you games, but like when he gets to the playoffs, when the moment gets hot, he sometimes gets in his head.
That Jed York. Thank you,
Jed
Crazy
York.
Jed.
Jed York. Okay, thanks. I didn't even know who the hell the owner was. I thought it was
Because I'm sorry, but Jed is one of those names that's like it's super uncommon.
because he's
Well,
like super quiet, like very quiet. Like you hear a Jeffrey Lurie, you hear a Robert Kraft, you hear names because they're always active with the media and all that other stuff. I don't think he really is. It's always John Lynch.
I mean, and John Lynch, I know, has gotten some scrutiny from from Niners faithful a bit because he's missed on a ton. Well,
In the
mostly first
draft, he's
rounders.
whiffed. In the draft, he's whiffed. Let's be honest, he's whiffed on most of them. But that's the reason why
Or
if they
cool.
have
I
to if
can't.
they hold on, if they have to shed cap, Rob, if they have to shed cap, they're going to be screwed.
Oh, trust me. I'm
Because the
looking at their
draft,
cap.
because some of the draft whiffs are going to have to start.
You'd be surprised. But I'm looking at so. So right now they have a estimated cap space going into 2024 570,837. While they have over 6 million in dead cap, which five plus million of that goes to Trey Lance because when they traded into the Cowboys.
Yeah. So
Uh,
they're still having to pay Trey Lance. That's also a big issue. Um,
and not
Even
just
though
that
he's
too, they
not
have
on that roster, they're
and
still
yeah,
going to have to
over
pay him.
200. Think of this total, they have over 273 million tied up in active contracts. And part of that is Trent Williams, who has a $31.5 million cap hit, which takes about 11% of the team's cap space. He's still got to pay Debo's at 28 mil. Same with Eric Armstead, who's actually getting surgery on his ailing knee. Fred Warner, yeah, like they're top 1, 2, 3, 4. About their top 5 players are, well, Kittle, yeah, like from Kittle to Williams, over 20 plus mil in terms of the cap hits going
I
into
feel
this
like
off.
now, I feel like now Brock Purdy's going to really feel it because he ain't going to have a team. It seems like it's going
Yeah,
to suck. It's going to suck. He's going to want to go, and the team ain't going to be pretty. I'm going to tell you that right now, Niner fans.
it's going to be
It
an
ain't
ugly
going to be
off
pretty.
season if you're part of the Niners fan base.
Like this is what happened to us in 2017. We kind of avoided it last year when we went to the bowl. Kind of avoided it. But we kept the wrong fucking players,
Mm-hmm.
even though we avoided it. But we did somehow sustain success, even though we didn't go very far. But it also happened to the Rams in 2021.
Yeah,
They were telling you like during the Super Bowl, they had like a graphic come up like how much like all these players they got and how much they paid them. I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of cap they spent. They're screwed next year. Lo and behold, the next year happened, they were screwed.
you ain't kidding.
Von Miller gone.
Man, has not been the same ever
Ob
since.
OBJ gone. Other players gone. One retired, and it was just like you had all these players out off the team, and now it's like the year before that they were like 5-11 because of it,
Yeah,
or
like the
five and
worst
12.
record by a defending Super Bowl champion in NFL history.
Yeah, worst record by an NFL champion in Super Bowl history. But like also, it's like next year they only won like 9 games. They went like 9-8. It was like, and they made the playoffs. They got bounced wild card round, obviously, but like they were a shell of what they were because of all that cap.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Niners are gonna be a show of what they were because of all that cap, and it's going to sting like a motherfucker.
Yeah, especially
And we're not
because,
saying this because we're Niner haters, and we
but
don't.
like I said, check Spotrac, like check Spotrac.com, and it'll gives you a better understanding of where the good grief.
Like,
Like
like, like, it's just like, yeah, you can spend money to get some players to, you know, go to the Super Bowl and try to win it. Yeah, you can try to do that, but that's not sustainable.
that's gonna really
It's
handicap
not
them.
sustainable. It's like you built a ship and the ship's got a hole in it,
Oh, yeah.
and that hole is quickly filling up with water. Yes, you might get to your destination, but that ship's gonna sink.
Yeah.
So it's like, and all that water that's building up, that's your cap space.
It's gonna fill the ship and bring you down.
It's gonna fill that ship and bring you
Because
down.
if he wanted, and we're gonna say this too, if the Niners do want to give out the Super Bowl, they're gonna have to start restructuring a lot of contracts. You got to restrict Trent Williams, who I think let me look at his
But the problem is, a lot of guys don't want their contracts restructured, and that's an issue.
That is a huge issue.
Because it's like they want money. Because, oh, I got you to the bowl, I need the money. Like, no, and you can blame the players all you want, but really, it's management for spending all that money on all these players.
And there's going to be, case in point, like Trent Williams. I think Trent Williams is that kind of guy. I think he is willing to restructure.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, right now he is currently has a 6-year deal at over 100, almost 140 mil, with a 55.1 being guaranteed, and won't be a free. Won't expire. Okay, so he's got a few more years left, but the question is, does he still have more? Can he really finish?
Still have any juice in him or gas in him?
I mean, he's 35, and his contract doesn't expire until 2027.
Yeah.
And Hargrave, let me take a look at how he.
I know they got Hargrave from us.
Been free agency on a 4-year, $84 million.
Yeah.
With 40 of them, almost half of that guaranteed.
Yeah. So it's like he's getting straight up money. Like he's getting the cash straight up.
I mean, so far, I'm gonna put up a 7. Yeah,
he had a nice season, a very nice season. He's not a bad player.
I mean, he put up 7 sacks, 44 tackles, 25 solo, and 19 assisted tackles.
Yeah, he's not a bad player. Like, he wasn't a bad player for us either. So it's like, that's expected of him. But the thing is that you're going to have all of this cap issue.
And, yeah. And that's something that both Jed York and also John Lynch have to figure out.
Yeah, they got to
figure this out.
Because right now, like I said, your ship, you built a nice ship for yourself. And it's gotten to the Super Bowl many times. But now that ship, like I said, is filling up with water, and you got to drain it.
And sticking with the Niners, though, obviously with their defense, I know a lot of Niners fans didn't like, and obviously their defense was prolific, but it was still good. But the only one weak point I think the Kansas City Chiefs exposed was the run defense. The run defense stunk.
Yeah, you had Pacheco running all over him.
Like, for some reason, and shout out to him being a Jersey kid, but he runs like he's fucking mad. Like, I don't.
This man, like
he's he runs like he's pissed off. It's like, dude,
he looks like he's wanting to run at somebody. That's how he runs.
You know, and that's what you do against this.
You run like you're pissed off.
Well, that too, and obviously the Niners, from my understanding too, this year they don't do well against the screen passes, because I've seen at times where they leave, and we can say this too because we had to deal with this shit too. They get killed by screen passes, so it's the run game and screen passes that really exposed the Niners defense, because it's crazy of how bit of a step back that the Niners defense. So, and I've always said, I think they might be. I think
But here's the thing, though, Rob. The thing that I took notice to, yeah, they had a bad run defense because Pacheco was running all over them. Yep.
Did you hear about the parade?
Yeah,
21
we were
people
just
died.
talking about it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like I was just saying, Pacheco, but it's not wasn't just that Pacheco was running all over him. The run defense was crap. It was the fact that or not the pass defense. It was just that they were just getting tired by
Mm-hmm.
fourth quarter. Late third, early fourth, they were getting tired, and you could tell. And it went to the point where it went into overtime, and me and my brother just look at each other and go, "Yup, Casey's winning the ball."
Mm-hmm.
Like you could tell, like you can really tell that was what's gonna happen, and it did, because you like that defense was just getting too tired. It was blatantly obvious.
Oh, for sure. And at the same time, it also stemmed to the fact that and also their defense kind of took a bit of a hit when Dre Greenlaw unfortunately popped his Achilles.
Yeah, and people want to blame, there's too many ad breaks, and there's too many of this, too many of that. I
I
don't.
think someone talked.
He's had Achilles issues all year.
Well, it's not just that too, because like when you're also like sitting down for so long and when you're not getting back into it, it's going to really.
And yeah, did the commercials have a play in it? Sure, but while commercial is getting ready, you don't have to just sit there. Get up, stretch. Sit in
Exactly.
the
And I think someone
sidelines.
like at least try to keep loose.
Keep loose, and I feel like that's more on Greenlaw of him not getting loose during ad breaks, and people are like, oh, the ad breaks, they're sitting a lot. Oh, it's the commercial. No, if they're sitting a lot, they can get up and they can stretch, and so they don't have to freaking tear their Achilles
Oh yeah.
just
Uh,
running onto the field.
and with
And
their
then, and
defense,
what really made me laugh though, seeing it again, was seeing Shanahan's face, and it looked like he was like, I'm so fucked.
yeah, they pretty much had that I'm fucked
He's
pretty
like,
much look.
he had that I'm so fucked look on his face after that happened.
Mm-hmm.
And he was. After the Greenlaw injury, they were fucked.
And sticking with the Niners, they actually did fire their defensive coordinator Steve Wilkes after one season. So after just one season, and obviously Nick Wagner, who wrote this earlier this afternoon, pretty much ends and it got a
Damn.
quote.
If you're playing against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, your defensive coordinators aren't safe.
No,
Because, like, after last year, we fired our defensive coordinator after one season.
technically 2 seasons if you think about it.
2 seasons. Excuse me.
At least Gannon
After
actually
2
lasted.
damn seasons, bro.
But Kyle Shanahan said that this morning I really said in quote, "This morning I released Steve Wilkes of his duties. Obviously during a conference call that we're going to make him, and we're going to end up making a change at the defensive coordinator position. A really tough decision because it really does. It really says nothing about Steve as a man or a football coach. I mean, he's exactly what we wanted as man. He's a great football coach. Just
He is. It's just like, but the thing is, it's like the problem with the defense was honestly, it's with any defense that the Chiefs played against. They know they know how to exploit them every time.
and
They
what's kind of
see what's coming sometimes, and they just like, all right, we're gonna audible to this guy, and we'll throw it to this guy, or we're changing this route to this. You know, like it's like these players see what the defense is good, that they can read the defense, and
that's
and
true.
and 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 and, and, and it doesn't matter how good you are. The only time that defense wasn't read was when they went up against the Buccaneers.
Because the Buccaneers were so.
Because the Buccaneers had the pass rush and didn't have time. If you
No,
don't have I feel like the problem was I don't think they were blitzing enough.
nah.
The Niners were not blitzing enough.
I don't think that was
When they were blitzing, they stopped Mahomes.
like if they were like blitzing and stuff like that, and actually make some of the smarter plays, which that's that kind of goes back to my point because Shanahan, for whatever reason, he gets. I don't know if anybody has noticed this. He gets very conservative in the Super Bowl, but everybody
Oh,
regular season, like the division round, he goes all out.
That's the
Why
thing.
go
That's the
conservative in the
thing, Rob. That's the thing, man. Like,
why?
it's painfully obvious in the Super Bowl. Like
It's like
against but against the Patriots in 2018 or well, no 2015 or whatever year it was. Or no, it was 2016.
yeah, that was going into the
2016.
2016 season.
Yeah. So 2016 go up 20-3. He was actually pretty, aggressive in that first half. Second half, conservative.
And we saw this again.
Saw it
The,
again.
the
Saw
first
it
time
again.
when he went to
Saw it again in 2020 when he was kind of aggressive in the first half. They went up 20-10, and then second
got
half,
conservative.
conservative. Now
And
in this game, Super Bowl 58,
58.
Super Bowl 58, back at it again with the Chiefs rematch. Let's run it back. Kind of, he starts off pretty aggressive on both sides of the ball. Goes up 10,
I think
10-3. Then it was 10-6. Only forced some field goals, and then the touchdown. And then they got conservative late in the second quarter, 13-10.
I was like, oh boy.
Oh shit! Here we go. And then he gets kind of aggressive. They score again. They're trading blows, and then late third, early fourth, conservative. The rest of the game.
I was like, man,
It was just like, oh my god, dude. But here's the thing. You know what really bugged me about that second half, Rob?
Shoot.
Fourth quarter. They get aggressive again. They blitzed Mahomes. They got to Mahomes. Third down, conservative. When they could have stopped him on third down.
Yeah.
On the final drive of that game, they could have stopped, or just final drive of the fourth quarter, mind you, because they went to overtime. They could have stopped it, man. They could have stopped them. And then even in overtime, when they were up 19, or what was it? No,
they were up 19-16 going into the overtime.
They were up 19-16 going into that. They were up. They got conservative and got beat. And in overtime.
And here's the funny thing too. The players and Kyle Shanahan didn't know the new Super Bowl overtime rules, which makes it even more embarrassing.
No, Shanahan knew the overtime rules. But the rest of the players was just one player that was complaining. I didn't know the overtime rules.
Well, that's
doofus. It's the new overtime rules over top the old overtime rules because you need a freaking winner.
Exactly. You need that.
It's not hard to comprehend it. Even I have comprehended it.
Yeah, another thing is too, and I'm giving another quick shout out to Nick Wagner, who's another the same ESPN staff writer. He actually put this a couple days ago as titled 49ers title window strengths after a Super Bowl loss against the Chiefs. So given the chance that to put the narrative that has surrounded them for most of the past 5 years to rest, the San Francisco 49ers is instead funneled all of it into a much larger question after losing to the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday in Super Bowl 58. If not now, when? These battle-tested and scarred Niners were built to win the franchise's long-awaited sixth Lombardi Trophy, and they made bold moves over the past years to do it. Traded 4 draft picks to Christian McCaffrey, which actually that really rejuvenated his career.
That was a pretty good move.
They gave $40 million guarantee to tackle Javon Hargrave, even though he obviously well deserved.
He deserved it, and it pains us to say that because we wanted him back in Philly.
But knowing that his market was going to command a ton of money,
his market was a bit bigger than our.
He was on the other side of things too. Like, do you really want to invest a long-term guy in his early 30s? I don't think so.
Yeah, we were trying to get younger in that position anyway, and we have we drafted some good defensive tackles, so we could afford to get rid of them.
Oh yeah,
because we got guys like Jordan Davis and
Jalen Carter.
My God,
boy, I will say I'm not too mad that there was some.
Because we replaced them through the draft, and it was fine.
That's kind of, but Even obviously they found and developed their 2022 seventh rounder, Brock Purdy, which by the way, too, that was the 49ers another biggest issues. Like they always never had a steady franchise QB for for the longest time. I would say post between oh
I would
god.
say right after Steve Young, they just couldn't get it together.
Yeah, couldn't get
After
together.
Steve Young. And then like after that, they were struggling to find a competent quarterback. Then they got Kaepernick. He only lasted a few years because his kind of level of play kind of dipped a bit.
Yeah.
And then they went then they drafted
you had Alex Smith in 05, where you had a guy named by name of Aaron.
I mean, Alex Smith was sustainable a bit, but I'm talking about later. But after Kaepernick, I forget who they got.
Who knows?
Fucking a lot of bum quarterbacks.
They just like mix and match. It's like they're changing like other quarterbacks that are changing underwear, basically. And yes, I'm using that analogy.
Yeah, they were changing quarterbacks like they were changing underwear. Yes, you're right. But you're completely right on that analogy, brother.
And I'm hoping, because like I said, because like with Brock Purdy coming in, I think in his rookie season last year, it's like, let's see what this kid has, because knowing
all
that.
I've got to say, Rob, they found a diamond.
It's always
found a freaking diamond.
And it's also credit crazy too, like in the later rounds of the NFL draft, that's when you start finding gems. Like a case in point, we had guys like Deshaun Jackson, who was a second rounder, who played out like he was a first rounder. And
but what makes this even crazier, though, it isn't just second round. He was the final pick of
the draft.
Final pick. He was Mr. Irrelevant. They needed to drop that name because he's irrelevant. He's relevant.
Oh yeah. Even
name.
As the article goes on, it said even the travails of the past 4 years, a blown 10-point fourth quarter lead to the Kansas City Chiefs to Kansas City in Super Bowl 54, an injury ravaged 6-10 pandemic season, and back-to-back disappointing losses in the NFC Championship game were seen inside of the walls of the Niners facility as fuel, all that. Instead, the Chiefs stamped themselves as the new league's newest dynasty with a 25-22 overtime win for the third Super Bowl in 5 years, with the Niners on the miserable end of the two of them. Oh, damn.
Well, they did get the miserable end of it. Like, they were up 22-19, and they blew that.
So, Sunday's loss added one more devastating defeat to the San Francisco's ever-growing pile of them with seasons and championships on the line. Raymond McLeod III's muff punt, Jake Moody's blocked extra point, and Pat Mahomes' laking heroic sent the Niners into another offseason with the saltiest taste in their mouths.
Now, I have a question for you because I've been seeing a lot of debates for it.
Shoot.
So, you're in the red zone. It is fourth down. It is in overtime. Are you going for it?
Well, that depends. Like, is it fourth and short?
No, it's like, I'm talking about hypothetically in that same situation of the 49ers.
I would.
It being like 4th and 9,
Oh, 4th and 9?
I think it was 4th and 9. I'm not sure. But, like, I was saying, yeah, I think it's too risky here.
You're going to have the big balls of steel to do that. I would just settle for the field goal.
Looking at how the Chiefs are, you got to have balls of steel in this situation.
You have to.
You got it. If you miss it, so be it. You got to play good defense either way.
Mm-hmm. So either way, it's.
But if you make it and you score, you're winning. You won the Super Bowl. So it's like you got to have balls of steel there. So when I initially watched the game, I thought, yeah, here you should kick it.
Yeah, should have taken the field goal at that point.
Like, but here's the thing. Like, now I'm looking back, I'm like, I don't know if I made the right decision in my mind, because you got Patrick freaking Mahomes who can win in 30 seconds. Like, now looking back, I'm like, you should have had balls of steel if you're the Niners. And you should have went for it on that down.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
But, I do think it's going to be an interesting, but yet it's going to be a very rough offseason if you're the Niners, as we said in the short point, because you got just what decisions you got to make. Because I think Brandon Ayuk should be a free agent either at the end of next year. I think probably the end of next year, I would say. if that's the case,
Yeah,
you're gonna.
it's the end of next year because his contract's up next year.
So yeah, you got decisions, and also at the same time in 2025, you're gonna have to. If Brock Purdy has another outstanding season, you're gonna have to pay him, and that. Oh boy, that's gonna really.
It's gonna hurt. It's going to
That's
hurt like
gonna
hell.
hurt. We all know that. And like I
And
said, we're not trying to poke fun at it, but Niners fans, take it from us. When you put all your eggs in one basket,
you'll get burnt. You'll get burnt. Like with us, yes, we put our eggs in one basket. It paid off for that 1 year, 2017.
mm-hmm,
After that, we had to shed half the team.
everything.
Every damn thing. Blow it up. Yeah, we had 297 seasons, made the playoffs, but then we freaking plummeted. So it was like we won the Super Bowl, but at what cost?
Exactly. And
We put so much eggs, too many eggs in one basket, and we just all the most of those eggs in that basket's gonna fall over.
And the only team I think is really know how to perfect it was the Chiefs, because Pat Mahomes is going to restructure his contract. You're just going to see a lot of other Chiefs are going to try to.
But really, the reason why though, it wasn't because they restructured Patrick Mahomes' contract. Yeah, that was a big move they had to make. They could build through the draft.
Yeah.
Their drafting was pretty damn good.
And quite honestly, if you think about it, I think their defense actually got better this year than it was, obviously, the past couple of years. Nevertheless, the Chiefs' defense was pretty good. I mean, he also had. It's just like ever since, not having Frank Carr kind of, I would say, didn't really stink too much, but I mean, their defense, I think, was in the top 10.
Again, Rob, like I said, man, they built through the draft because they got rid of these players. And it's just like, and like you said, they have like a top 5 defense this year?
Yeah. I mean,
they were that good. They were really good on defense. Now, I don't know where the hell the offense came from, because in the regular season,
remember we always said
nothing. They get to the playoffs, they're all of a sudden balling out.
Yeah, the receivers are actually catching balls for a change. Well, actually, hang on.
Where was this?
That's.
And that was one of the first thing. That was the first things where I'm thinking, oh, this shit's rigged, isn't it? Because you guys couldn't do shit in the regular season, and now you're doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then I took it away like, yeah, it ain't rigged. It was just they just decided we need to wake the fuck up in the playoffs, and we're done.
Yeah, I mean, case for like Travis Kelce and good Lord, that was. I know it's got to rub a lot of people the wrong way of have him.
For me, it was like, I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't yell at your coach. You shouldn't push him the way you did.
Because that should be an automatic benching.
That should be, yeah, you're getting benched anyway, because you shouldn't push me. But I can see his frustration though.
Oh yeah.
His backup is worse than he is.
Yeah.
Way fucking worse than he is.
I don't think Kelce even played that particularly well in the Super Bowl.
That was
even though, like I said,
that was because he kept getting benched.
But like I said, it's going to be interesting for a lot of teams going into this offseason. And I'll move to the NBA a little bit. So Steph Curry and Sabrina Ionescu, and a lot of people were talking about this because obviously it's going to be also. I would say at this point we're entering the part of the All-Star weekend. And
it was a lot of sexist bullshit that I've been hearing.
But both Curry and Ionescu talked about this in a video call where so this is basically what Sabrina Ionescu said. It's like, quote, there's going to be a young kid who hasn't really watched, and obviously this is, and both Curry and Ionescu, as well as they're going to try to, quote unquote, reshape the views, especially on the WNBA, because Curry is a big supporter of the league.
That's good. Itself. That's good, man. Like, but what I've been hearing was a lot of shit though. Oh, her hoop is a lot small, or the ball is a lot smaller for her, and the 3-point line's smaller. That shouldn't count. Are you kidding me?
But it's kind of funny too. And speaking of that too, and she also did talk about that too, about the 3-point line. She's like, said this quote, personally, I shoot from that range from to begin with. Obviously, she shoots she has no problem shooting from the NBA 3-point line, which is 20 feet 9 inches. compared to the 22 feet and 22 feet and 1 3/4 inches. I don't know, that's even a thing. At the top of the key. But she also goes to say, I practiced from that range and wanting just to be a better shooter, a better basketball player, and to get better as a whole. That's and
Like how the
Curry.
hell? Like how the hell do they practice in the offseason? They shoot threes on NBA regulated goddamn courts.
Like I said,
Like you kidding me?
why do you think
It's
Anescu pretty
because of
much?
all this sexism bullshit. That's what it is.
Well, this is what Curry, 35, has been a long proponent of the WNBA, and the Warriors will have a WNBA expansion franchise that begins play in 2025. He pretty much says, quote unquote, you look for opportunities just to raise the bar on what it means to be a basketball fan. It's an authentic competition between two great shooters who have success in the 3-point contest. However it plays out, this is basically what the sport is about, competing. So basically, it's basically friendly competition is basically what this is all about. But he also goes on to say the attention and just the level of play that is growing is in every single year in the WNBA. Then you cap it off with the fun entertainment that is entertainment aspect of what had happened,
And it was fun.
at
It
All-Star
was a lot
Weekend.
of
And
fun to watch that too, dude. It was a lot of fun.
But
Watching those two shoot out each other, and it
oh
was
yeah,
just like it was fun.
and you know, Anescu had to do a little threw a little playful shot at Curry, but like I said, they're good buddies about they're good friends about.
You know, friends take shots at each other sometimes.
And
And
also, Anescu is a Bay Area. She also has Anescu, for those who are, grew up in the Bay Area, so she has seen a lot of Warriors games, and obviously to see Steph Curry. But Curry also did say about this too, about his daughter Riley, saying, "quote We are having this moment and reshaping how people think about just the competition in general. You got kids that are in gyms, boys and girls playing, and whatever comes out of it, we're going to continue to tap in and invest in moments like these that can move the needle."
this is for the kids, man. It's what he just
Mm-hmm.
basically what he said. It's for the kids, and I'm happy about it.
It really is, and seeing
like these players are what these kids, this generation of kids are looking up to, and they got to do something for them, man.
No,
And they
yeah,
did
and
it.
knowing, and not just that too, and the fact he wants to help reshape, and the fact he's put, and part of that too, put over the WNBA a little bit because he knows
Reshape the game, make it known that it's not just for boys. Girls can play basketball
oh
too.
yeah,
You know.
I'm going to be excited because that's the only thing I'm probably going to watch in terms of the NBA All-Star Weekend, because I just want to see, because, and yes, as me entire as Aces fans,
that already aired, bro.
oh, it did.
It already aired on TV. I watched
Oh
it.
shit!
It was
Damn,
on
I must.
TNT.
Then again, me and working so much, but
It already aired on TV. It was like a little special. It did.
but I'm actually kind of happy to see, not just Curry, but I've seen other. And I've seen LeBron was also, and yes, I know we give LeBron a lot of crap for different reasons, but obviously he's another big proponent of trying to see women, especially succeed at the professional level in terms of basketball and stuff like that.
As much as LeBron doesn't really annoy me as much as it's his fans thinking he's better than Jordan because he scored more than Jordan. Oh, he did this and he did that. Like no, like go ahead, like I'll give you the fact that he's not a dickhead like Jordan was.
That that's true.
Like he wasn't a dick like Jordan. He's a good dude. He helps his teammates out. He tries his damnness to win games for his teams. Like he does what he has to do.
And quite honestly, when you remember when he first came in the league, he played on some crappy teams when he first came in. It wasn't, but I mean,
Bro,
he had the right of hype around.
He took a team, right? To the finals. I think it was like 2007.
Yeah, but I think it might have been 07.
Around him, team was trash. Except for like Verjao. He was pretty decent.
God, I haven't heard that name in years. Good
08,
lord.
09, he was good. 2010, I think they got them to like the East semis or something. And then they lost to the
and I
Celtics.
think that was the last year before he walked in free agency to South Beach.
That team did not change at all. 10 wins the next year.
Oh God, it was just bad.
I was like, oh my God.
And you see it in the success of not just LeBron, you also had Chris Bosh, D Wade that's still entering his peak. Who else did you have?
You had Chris Bosh, you had Dwayne Wade, you had
LeBron.
LeBron, you had Birdman there. That guy.
1 second.
The guy with all the tattoos. Oh wait. What the fuck? The guy with all the tattoos.
Oh God, Birdman.
Yeah, the guy with all the tattoos.
Oh my lord. Yeah, and let's be real.
He was a freaking dog in the court.
And probably a great coach, and Eric Spoelstra.
Eric Spoelstra, who's still there. He's that great of a coach.
And well deserved. And it's kind of funny he gets an 8-year extension after going through divorce. Going through his divorce.
Sorry about the divorce, brother. Here's an extension. Damn.
But I'm just seeing the Heat nowadays. It's like they're not
really. They're not the contenders that they were in like 2014 and like
2012. Those were your peak years,
or 2010 to 2013. They weren't the actual freaking.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Now, I mean, they still play some solid, good basketball. Don't get me wrong. It's not because as Tyler said, from like 2011 to 2014, those were your peak years when LeBron was. And
those were when they were like red hot, dude. Like 2011 to 2014 team. Ooh.
I mean, I know Chris Bosh. I think he also had to retire early because I know he dealt with blood clots. Which, boy, that's fucking scary as shit.
Dude, I'm like, dude, when he revealed that he had blood clots and he had to retire, I'm like, oh god.
I was like, that's scary. But
like the back of my mind, I'm like, I hope it's not serious.
Even though let's bro, even on NBA 2K, he was let's bro. D Wade. I'll say this too. D Wade at his peak was just fun to watch. I'll say that much.
No, yeah, like the 06 team, very fun. The 2012 to 2014 team, he was still very fun. He started to drop off after like 2016.
Yeah, well,
like he started to drop. Like he was bouncing around teams. He went to the Cavs. They found some success with him.
Just not of.
They were a good team. They were just never great.
Yeah.
But then after 2016, he bounced around teams again. He spent his final year in Miami. That was his swan song season. They weren't really great. He wasn't really great anymore. He was in the tail end of his career. Mm-hmm. Understandable.
And I think the deal will always be a Heat for me.
Oh, dude, he's synonymous with the Heat.
With South Beach. And it's really because, as we said, because look, I don't like say I'm a casual fan when it comes to the NBA because it's kind of weird seeing. Like perfect example, I've been a diehard fan of the Sixers since 2001, but seeing AI like say in a Denver jersey, I think he also
still fucking weird to me. Still fucking weird.
It's yeah,
dude, seeing him in a Pistons jersey was fucking weird.
I forgot he was with the Pistons.
Oh, he was ass on that team. That was like
you knew he was at the tail end of his career. Oh god,
he was so bad.
Oh, that terrible. Right.
He wasn't really the elusive crossover.
Even though the only guy that crossed over Michael Jordan this rookie season broke his ankles, so I'll say that much.
Michael Jordan's ankles. I'm like, that's like the highlight of his damn career too. Like,
but I mean, the dude was just. I mean, and the dude's prime. And for those who remember, the early to like from the two, because he was pretty much a walking bucket. Like the dude could always put up 25 to 30 a night. That's what AI was all about. Now, yes, I know he was.
Back to Dwayne Wade though. Back to Dwayne Wade, right? With me, I wasn't really a fan of basketball until like 2012. Actually, no, 2010. Like late 2010, I was into it. Because I saw I'm taking my talent to South Beach. I watched that season. Sixers were pretty okay that year.
Yeah.
And then they were good in 2011, 2012. And then they blew it up. I was pissed.
And yeah,
over one player who got hurt freaking bowling. Didn't see a freaking.
Oh yeah, was that Andrew Bynum? I think you're referencing.
Yep. Didn't even see the floor because he got hurt
Okay,
bowling.
that really boggles my mind. How the fuck do you get hurt going bowling?
He tore his leg up bowling. Like, how the hell did you?
How does that happen?
Did you run too hard to the lane? What? Okay.
Like, first of all, like I just look. I hate when somebody gets hurt, but in a case like that, you deserve to get laughed at because it's like, how do you get hurt in a simple game of bowling? I don't know. It's still like I know it's like a complete. Just picturing it, just seeing someone bust their ass on a bowling lane, it's just funny. I'm sorry.
That's something that would probably happen to me though.
Oh, dude, I'll be laughing at your ass. That's for
I
sure.
just eat shit bowling, and they go, "Oh, damn! I tore my ACL or some shit."
I was like, "Oh no, I broke my ankle." I was like, "How'd you do it?" "I'll go bowling," and you're gonna get laughed at. It's like, yeah, because
you would laugh at me. You would laugh at me.
Definitely, I would laugh. I would never let you live
and
it
then
down.
I would have surgery, and then when I wake up, you'll be at the hospital pointing and laughing as I wake up.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking douche.
But also, as well, Shaquille O'Neal, actually, we all know how. Let's be real. His best years was with Lakers, but obviously started out with the Magic. He had his number 32 jersey actually been officially retired for the first time, or any first jersey retirement by the Orlando Magic.
Why couldn't they do it sooner?
Yeah, I know. It's like
he's been retired for I don't know how long. Like
for a long time.
Even though that was like.
Even though he's the kind of guy that kind of really changed how the rims are nowadays because the dude always fucking breaks them.
Bro, all he had to do was dunk, and next you know the thing's coming down.
Literally, I think it was his before he left for the Lakers. He
that's the funniest clip that I saw. It wasn't the glass breaking.
He brought down the whole entire damn basket.
It was like when he dunked on it, and you just see the thing just the freaking basket just slowly come down.
Like the basket collapsed. He also had the freaking shot clock. It's like that.
It was comical though. It was comical. It wasn't that it just collapsed like really quick. It was slowly coming down.
But and like I said, I've always will appreciate Shaq because he's kind of that kind of guy. Well, and yes, I'm kind of remember at the age where I still remember the hack and Shaq.
Oh yeah, when he was doing the hack and Shaq shit in the Lakers.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude,
and
I do the hack and Shaq shit now in 2K.
And I'll say this too, though. Just seeing the older Lakers games with Kobe, it's really hard to sit to watch an older Lakers game with Kobe on the screen. It's like, the fuck, man.
And also, but yeah, did you cry during the fucking statue thing? Because I did.
Dude, my heart shattered.
Dude, my heart was like fucking don't even fucking pee.
I was like, why? Like, why did 2020 had to take the good one away from us?
I'm like, motherfucker. Every time you remind us, it breaks my fucking heart.
Because I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think that even if he didn't pass, he still deserved a statue nonetheless. Because he's pretty much
he probably would get it regardless, but like, because he chose the statue, he was gonna get the statue regardless.
No, yeah.
He chose.
I mean, the fact he put, I was hoping and the fact he put and Kobe Bryant pretty much what defined being not just a workhorse, but
that mentality,
like the Mamba mentality, which is basically like if you don't have a good work, like really what takes to have a really good work ethic, especially in other professional sports, not just that, not sports, but it's an everyday life. Basically,
if you don't have that work ethic, man, you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
You're not gonna.
I mean, the dude I think had a torn Achilles and still was, working out on a torn Achilles.
He literally broke his finger and he told his coach, "Pop this bitch back in." Went back on the court.
Mm-hmm. And I was hoping
you saw it. That thing was freaking hanging off like
literally. If anybody's knowing this,
and he goes, "Coach, pop this bitch back in." Pops it in, back in the game.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad that Kobe. An interesting statue choice, but for Kobe too, which is his 81-point game that he put up. I think it was against Toronto, if I remember correctly.
It was,
and obviously,
and they took the famous picture of that game, and they made it a statue. And I love, and I like what his wife said in the joking manner. She goes, "If you don't like the statue, tough shit."
Yep.
I'm like, damn. Okay.
And it's this is not NBA related, but I seen a girls basketball team that Gigi was supposed to go against, and just seeing their reactions, like, God damn it!
Like,
So they were supposed to take on the oh god, what was the I can't think of Gigi's team name because that's going to escape my brain. But that one girls team was supposed to take on Gigi's travel basketball team, but unfortunately,
the
just never.
helicopter thing happened, and it didn't happen.
And that choice sucked, dude. Don't get us wrong.
Imagine being the opposing team, and then you find out your entire basketball team is dead because of a crash.
I mean, we've seen, but
Like,
no,
imagine hearing that. Like, that sucks.
That really does suck. I can't agree more. Now, a couple MLB news before we get out of here. So, a report going on about the A's or the exiting A's are going to meet with Oakland about an interim home because obviously, well, let's be real, the city of Oakland has
they got the shit end of the fucking stick.
Pretty much.
Story short.
Because, like, the Warriors didn't really move too far because, I mean, they went to, I think, San Francisco.
Warriors went to another city in the state. Like,
yeah, so
whatever. Like, I feel like Warriors fans in Oakland, like, whatever. We can go to San Fran. Who cares? Like, but they also had lost the Raiders to Vegas.
Yeah.
And now they're losing the Athletics, the A's, to Vegas.
Which, little fun fact, before they even moved to Oakland, they were originally their Philly team way back in the 50s.
Philly didn't even want them. Philly didn't even want them.
Philly did, which is kind of crazy when you
like,
read
bro, we
the
have
story.
Two MLB teams here. We don't want one. We don't want two of them.
But yeah,
we took the better one, obviously,
and rightfully
took the better one.
But and the A's, they already were planning to, and this was kind of in the works for a while with the A's, because knowing that, let's be real, I've heard not so good things about the city because obviously it's I'm not going to say it because I know I've seen a lot of even California
now. That city's a cesspool.
Yeah,
like it's no. Long story short, if you live in Oakland, like you probably agree with us. Like, it's probably not what it was. It's not.
It's a cesspool, and it's a very high crime rate because I've seen players even talk, not just from Oakland. I've seen some players come out and talk about with San Francisco and how bad that city's kind of turned out to be. Yeah. I was like, yeah. Now, and as
I think it's California. California's crime rate is just
it's right up to the roof. Goddamn, my nose.
But no, it's like you have places like Oakland, you have Compton that's still a shitstorm. You got San Fran, oh my god,
that's pretty much homeless city.
And the homeless too, like crime rates up there, homelessness is up there.
California.
I feel like homelessness is high everywhere in California because California has like a high price for everything, houses, everything. Because it's where a lot of movie stars live. So it's like, it's not really a place for average people anymore, and it sucks.
Yeah. And obviously there was a couple options that that Oakland was or the A's were looking at was let me actually kind of find. Let me find the nope. So obviously from ESPN, in an effort to find a temporary home for in advance of a move to Las Vegas in 2028, with the Oakland A's are expected to meet with the city officials on Thursday, which is tomorrow when this was coming out, or when we're going to meet. So the team's lease with Oakland Coliseum, and I know a lot of people. I've heard and seen reports that it's a complete shit. It's a complete cesspool of a stadium. Because I've heard reports
it's because of the Davises. Like, they got to put up this random ass upper seating.
Yeah,
For a
which never
football
really
game.
made any no one sits there.
It made even during the Raiders games when they were there, no one sat there.
And the fact, and you knew it was so bad you caught. I shit you not. I still laugh at this. That two people were getting on in the upper seating. I shit
No,
you.
they freaking showed it too on TV.
I was like,
Somebody
oh
getting
no, they
someone
just
getting
get
you
it
know
on
what,
basically.
someone getting a you know what in the stands, and they
I
showed
was,
it on TV. They had to quickly cut away.
I was like, oh my god,
I
like
was like,
that's when you
wow,
know
they did not
it.
just catch that.
Not just that, like that should tell you like the state of the Oakland A's in that city.
Even sex is better than these. That's what happened.
Oh my god! I mean, you're not wrong. Then again, I can't really. But but the reports have the A's searching for temporary solutions, but for like Miami ballparks in Sacramento or Salt Lake City, or even a short stay in the San Francisco Giants home park across the bay for a few seasons. Or the opposite, or the option is the their AAA affiliate, which is the Aviators, just outside of Las Vegas.
I
Um,
honestly would try to work a deal with the Aviators.
at least get something temporary because it's going to take a while.
Cause if you're gonna stay in Oakland for another few seasons, you're gonna get a lot of sell the team chance. You're gonna get a lot of the whole upper deck getting it on action. More of that, all right?
Yeah,
You're gonna get a lot of people not caring about the product.
Because it's crazy. Because here's the thing. Because me and Tom remember the days when the Oakland A's were actually fucking good for a change.
Yeah, remember Moneyball back in like 2002?
When they probably the greatest team that
when
Oakland
they
A's
somehow won a championship by shedding cap.
And the fact that they went on what was the win? I can't remember. They went on a significant win streak. I think which
it was like 20-something games or something.
Yeah, I think it's still the MLB record, if I'm not mistaken, too.
Yeah, it is. It's still the MLB record. But yeah, they won like 20-something games in 2002 straight to make the playoffs.
with slightly no-name players, and I think I was like
they basically won the entire thing by shedding money.
Their payroll.
Shed the payroll. I should say shed cap because you don't have cap, but like they shed payroll. And they won a damn championship in 2002.
And if you think about it, too, when you look at the history of the A's when they were been there in Oakland, they had a lot of successful seasons. Well, I mean, yes, we had a few sporadic losing seasons here and there, which happens. But knowing, and knowing where the state of the A's is now, it's just like, good grief, top of the. I'm sorry, but I think the A's is one of those cases where it's huge.
For me, the rest of the league. The rest of the league is like, this is just a training ground for great players so that when they're good enough, they get traded for more money.
I mean, look at Matt Olson when he got traded out of Oakland. Came
as soon as he became an all-star in Oakland, traded.
And actually got better with Atlanta.
Yep.
Matt Chapman, when he got traded to Toronto,
he got good.
And honestly, kind of fell off a little bit this past season, a little bit.
Well, he's getting older, but he was good after he got traded too.
Sean Manaea, he went to become an all-star, but Sean Manaea.
I was talking, bro. Who?
Sean Manaea, the lefty.
Sean Manaea, another one, got good, traded.
Yeah,
they he kind of went to
the pattern
in Toronto.
Well, I think he's with the Mets now. I think he's signed to this past all season. But
dude, last year he went to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, he was terrible.
And like there's probably gonna be a lot of other names that came out of Oakland that got better. Like as we're saying, you see the trend. Like they're not necessarily become an all-star, but knowing where the trade, like if they got like a low trade value, you're gonna see a lot of other teams like pick them up and somehow turn them into quick all-stars. Matt Olson. Matt Chapman, even though he's kind of getting older, Sean Mania, I think I would not be surprised if he somehow puts up a somewhat of an all. I don't think
Hopefully
he's
he
really.
bounces back from last year. Last year, holy shit,
Oh yeah, guys. You got
he couldn't even get a win in a goddamn amateur league.
that's true.
Uh,
But you know, I feel bad for the fans. The fans and the city itself, like I said, they got shafted.
completely,
I mean,
completely, man.
and I don't blame the. And let's real. Here's the thing. I don't think the A's should have moved. But you got. I'm sorry, but I think the A's should have needed new ownership. That's the way I've always was. We'll continue to die on that hill because moving to Vegas sounds very stupid.
I think moving
And
to Vegas doesn't really sound stupid. They're in a higher market city, in a
and
sense. So I see why they wanted to move to Vegas because get a higher market. The payroll will rise, and they don't have to keep trading good players.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I kind of see some of their point, but from a fan standpoint, it's
yeah.
a shit show of a move.
It's a
It is.
bad. It's terrible. And for a team that obviously probably had the most hardest fall from grace that I've seen in any team in professional sports that I've seen, harder than the Oakland A's. And well, it sucks for the fans because the fact that at one point you see the Oakland Coliseum had a lot of no empty seats for decades,
Yeah.
and after '02, you just saw it. Obviously, saw the decline of the Oakland A's year after year. You saw it the last couple of years. Even as Tyler said,
Yeah, hell, it was like here's the thing. Here's the thing though. Like I said, and you were about to laugh about it, even sex
sex is
was
better than
better
the
than the
Oakland
A's.
A's. So,
Even sex was better than the A's because you saw two
dude, I
people
still
in the
can't believe
stands.
that.
We shit you not, getting it on the stands. They had to cut away real quick.
Yeah, and
And they were, dude, the sports YouTubers back in the day when that
oh,
shit
they were
happened, they could not let that down, bro.
nope.
They did not live that down when it
But the
happened.
last and final thing before we get up out of here, Justin Verlander, I'd say not surprised, is quote unquote behind schedule due to shoulder issue. Which then again, that's kind of him. Kind of, it sounds like because once you start getting the back and flow of things, you're going to see a lot of, and to me, and I can say this from experience, that once you kind of get back into swing of things, after the season, it's like it's going to be a bit of adjustment period. But now, and Verlander acknowledges that too. Like he's no spring chicken. The dude's going to be turning 41 next week, and his body. He even said himself, like my body has not really, recovered like I was in my prime in my prime at 25. I really can't blame him for that. And it kind of gets me thinking, like, how much longer does he have left before it's all said and done? So I would say I'd give it. I say maybe 1 or 2 more years if he. But I'm not. Maybe
at the
1 year.
most, if his shoulder is gonna not heal up correctly, um because of his age, I give it a year before he hangs it up. I give it a year.
And because if he stays healthy enough, I would say 2 years at best.
Honestly, at best, I'm still gonna give it a year because I don't know, man. I don't
It,
know.
yeah, it's really hard to because
It's like when you're in your 40s. Once you get hurt once, you're gonna get hurt a lot in
mm-hmm.
sports. If you're in sports, you're gonna have that happen. So it's
I mean,
like
shit, we see like guys when they're in their early 30s can't even stay healthy, become like super injury prone, which is not to say crazy, but it's slightly to be expected. But
it's like really in your 30s into your 40s is when you really start feeling.
like when you start really see, as we say, the quote unquote decline, or I guess regression, I think it would have been a better term.
I don't say decline. I say more of like the injury bug hits them more.
Yeah.
You know.
And then again, we've seen guys like Aaron Donald who keep their bodies in phenomenal shape and really have that longevity.
It depends on the conditioning of the
Yeah,
player.
that also, and that's all.
That's the thing. That's the thing with these athletes. It depends on the conditioning of.
And I know baseball players they have like these many different like programs they have to go through
They have,
before spring training and stuff like that.
But again, though, like are they doing these programs right? Are they doing them hard enough? Because if they aren't, they're gonna get hurt.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
And
case in point, guys like we're gonna have to put this name out here. Jake Arrieta, I think after 2016.
I think it was like right after 2017, 2018 when he got that bone
Yeah, you
spur.
see it start,
He
and the
came to
dude,
Philly, and you just saw the decline.
yeah,
We got
God,
the scraps of the guy.
mm-hmm.
It sucks.
The
It
short,
sucked. It sucked. But and we were dogging him, but really we shouldn't have dogged him because we were like, all right, we've messed up because we got him on the decline.
yeah,
He was older.
and
He had that bone spur injury, and it just wasn't pretty. He was beating himself up after every start. It was like, yeah, it
I
was
mean,
bad.
yeah, and look, the dude was a competitor, and you could tell like he hated getting hurt most of the time, and because for me, if I was in his shoes, yeah, I would be upset, but at the same point, I would have to realize that look, my body isn't really what it used to, like say in my mid to late 20s. I would say
Like
I was
I'm
between
not.
25.
Yeah, these players should realize. Look, they're not 25 anymore.
I mean, here's a perfect example. Mike Trout. When's the last time he's been fucking healthy? The dude can't even play a full goddamn well, then again, also at the same point, throw anything Rendon in there because, well, then again, he really doesn't give two shits about it. It's
His now with Rendon, it's a combination with him, and that's the worst combination to have.
oh yeah, and even the Angels are biting the bullet
Having
of that
injuries, and then not
contract.
caring about playing anymore. Like,
Even I shit you not. This is what he said. I want a short because first of all, you already played a fucking short season as it is because the Angels are not making the playoffs with you.
and your stupid ass didn't even do anything then either. Like,
And the fact and
short season hell.
And look, Mike Trout, yes, he's another one. I really hate, I really hate putting the injury prone up there, but he's got to be put up there in terms of injury prone because the dude at best can give you 80 to 82 games at best when he's fully healthy, and he's not really been the really. It sucks. It really does. So, guy with Mike Trout because obviously he's a fucking Jersey kid, and it really pains me to see that. It's like knowing that he's not a spring chicken as he used to be.
But
And
it
then,
happens to players, man. Like in
even though
any
let's
sport,
playing on the,
not just baseball.
I'm probably
Football,
the most.
they have injury issues too. Basketball, look at Embiid. He's hurt again.
I
On the
mean,
wrong side of 30. Like
yeah, you know what? That's a good point. I think it's even talk about another basketball well, in terms of sports injuries, that's probably the worst. Does anybody remember I think Kevin Ware, anybody? Remember that
oh
with that?
god, don't remind me.
Oh
There was a
yeah,
moment
yeah,
where his bone stuck out and you saw it.
yeah. It was, and you saw of how his teammates reacted. It's like, dude,
Dude,
I
they
would have
were
probably,
in shock. I was like, did I just see a bone pop out of his knee?
yeah. I think it was a fractured fibula or tibia, which is part of your shin. No, it's shin bone,
No, yeah, it was. I saw a bone pop out right in the shin.
and he
I go,
has.
ooh.
Because I don't think he's. I think he has never been the same again. But
No, after that, when he came back, he wasn't healthy. He just wasn't
yeah,
good.
he was like a shell of his former self, and it was really sad to see
Yeah.
an injury like that really derail a career. But
But the
that
fact that the bone broke fucking skin and you saw them.
I think was
It
that 2011, I guess it was
was like
that
22.
2011 Louisville
I
team.
think it was 2011. March Madness 2011.
Oh God, that
And
just ugh.
You saw fucking bone when
Because I
his
was one of
knee
if I was his teammate,
grazed
dude,
his
I'd
shin.
probably be puking on the spot because like
Bro,
I would have lost.
I was struggling not to puke during that. I'm like, ugh. I didn't want to see that injury happen.
I mean, and then again, we have seen some life-threatening injuries. Who's another one that obviously that was really not life-threatening, but was it Sean Livingston? I remember.
Oh,
Or was it Matt? I think it might have been Sean. Oh my God. Oh
wait,
God.
what
It's
injury
gonna
are you talking about?
like his injury was so bad. I think it was. I think it was might have his. I think his leg almost had if it got too bad, like he had to amputate it. Oh, who am I thinking? Oh,
No,
what the hell's his name?
I don't even think you're thinking of the same sport.
Uh, in terms of for like, I think it might have been. Can't think of the NBA players.
No, no, I know Alex Smith had that happen where he had a
Oh
leg injury
God!
so bad. I know
Like it's so
Alex Smith
I've
had
always.
Alex. Hold on, Alex Smith had a leg injury so bad that they were thinking about amputating his leg.
Oh good God! Like he could have lost his life right then
He could have lost his life or his leg.
and when you look back at the injury, and especially the older fans, older NFL fans, so you can't tell me that's the same. It was the same day, same time, same injury that Joe Theismann had to do or suffered and never play football again.
Yep.
And
And the thing is too, and the thing is too, what team did Theismann play for?
Washington,
Exactly.
and also played that crappy FedEx. I think I don't know what it was
It was
called.
still FedEx Field, but it was like better kept then because it was a younger stadium.
Mm-hmm. And oh, that's right. It was Sean Livingston because he did talk about it.
It
Like
was Sean Livingston? Okay.
yeah. Remember I think he fractured his leg so badly. They they were he had to go like
I remember that.
oh
He
God,
was
it was so bad.
he was like yeah, it was so bad. They were telling me that I could have my career ended, but luckily it didn't.
And it's
And
yeah.
I'm like, wow, like dude, your career could have ended there. Shit. See, those types of injuries kind of pain me a bit. Or like, yeah, when you have like an injury so bad you have to retire.
It really does. That really does. I mean, it does suck. It's like I mean, shit. We've seen guys, not just injuries, but we've seen guys retire at the prime of their careers. I mean, case in point is probably the most perfect example. Barry Sanders, who retired in 1999,
Tore his leg right the fuck up too.
no, he was actually perfectly healthy, and because he decided
No,
he
he
just
wasn't. No, he wasn't. He had to retire because he tore his leg up.
oh yeah. Well, then again, I was probably young, not even remember that, but
Yeah, he
that's
wasn't healthy. He was not healthy. Like he had a career-ending injury. He tore his leg up.
but
He walks with a freaking limp now because
yeah,
of the injury.
which is crazy. But outside outside of that, that's gonna wrap it up for the All Star Sports Show episode. Yeah, I saw
I think we should cover that before we leave. The hell happened there?
I legitimately don't know, but
Because he just broke that news to us. Isaiah Stewart punched Drew Eubanks.
I guess you probably got guys. Then again, when it gets very physical, shit happens. But like I said, I haven't really seen it, but
when more news drops on that, we'll let you know. But thanks for breaking that.
But at the same point,
leaving.
But outside of that, that's going to wrap it up for the All Star Sports Show episode number 18. Like I said, it's obviously got some. Like I said, there was some interesting stuff, but there's some things we had to go over, especially now with the NFL season, technically in the off season, but again, 7 months, which that's damn, it's kind of crazy that we're going to be waiting for his football season.
You're
for
lucky
next.
You're a fucking baseball fan.
I gotta sit that till fucking February, March.
You get to wait a month for that shit. I have to wait 7 months for football, man.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, but spring football. They took my damn Philadelphia Stars away from me. Thanks, Rock.
But I'm still going to look. I still appreciate spring football though, and I thought it was actually a complete success. But even though that's for the USFL coming back, just never really. And obviously that Stars team, and before we get up out of here, that USFL that Stars team this past season wasn't really that great. Quite honestly, it sucked.
Then again, I'm not that mad that they took him away. But again, I'm not watching spring football. I'm not really interested in that.
But you'll probably see me do a lot of coverage on it. So
yeah, like I couldn't even get to the USFL last year. I couldn't really get into them.
Well, the only time he retired, and I will say this too, funny story. this dude actually had a first rage quit.
Dude, I'm like, oh, let me root for the Jersey Generals like an idiot because I live
Yeah,
in
like a
Jersey.
complete
Hard,
fucking
hard, hard.
idiot.
Fuck, it was
But
it was a championship game. It was me versus it was the Philly Stars versus the Generals. It got so bad I left at halftime.
yeah,
Left
I
the
pretty much
stream
had to
at
cover
halftime.
the rest of it. So
I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
like I said, nah, I'm out of here. But yeah, so like I said, you're probably going to see me do a lot of spring football. Hopefully, if I be home in time, fingers crossed. Hopefully it's not too. If the spring football is not too early. So like I said, we'll keep you guys updated, and especially I'll give it entire. And for those who and also follow us on social media too, like you'll see me entire post or the streaming schedule for the week as well, so you guys stay on the lookout for that. And that being said, we are out.
Peace.